Hello, you're watching the business headlines on HW News with me, Ali Azhar. After the recent success that saw 68 paintings of fugitive jeweler Nirav Modi being auctioned at a Mumbai-based auction house named Saffron Art, 13 high-end luxury cars belonging to him are set to go under the hammer. There were doubts whether the recent auction of his artwork would fetch the desired price, as they were suspected of being purchased with ill-gotten gains from the proceeds of crimes. However, an amount received of 55 crore rupees was in excess of the reserve price of 50 crore rupees, and the proceeds were given to the Income Tax Department. The auction of his cars are expected to take place in the third week of April, and it will be an online auction. However, interested buyers will be allowed to physically inspect the cars but will not be permitted to carry out a test drive. Cars such as the Rolls-Royce Ghost, Porsche Panamera, 2 Mercedes-Benz, 3 Honda cars, a Toyota Fortuner and an Innova are among others that are expected to go under the hammer. The billionaire diamond kingpin accused of perpetrating the biggest banking scam in India's history, worth over 14,000 crore rupees, was denied bail on Friday amidst being a flight risk and threatening a witness with his life in order to dissuade him from testifying, and now sits in a London prison awaiting the result of his extradition order. The magistrate, Emma Arbuthnot, who was in charge of Vijay Mallya's extradition hearing as well, in a light-hearted moment inquired if there was a possibility of Mallya and Modi sharing the same prison cell at Arthur Road prison in Mumbai, should they both be extradited. However, the most serious threat to Nirav Modi comes not from India, but from the United States, where a bankruptcy court has charged him and 2 of his associates under the Racketeering, Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, or the RICO Act, which is a United States federal law designed to combat organized crime and has been famously used to prosecute members of the fabled 5 mafia families of New York City and other Italian mafia families across America. Famous names such as John Gotti from the Gambino family and Fat Tony Salerno have fallen victims to this draconian act and have been given life sentences. And now to have our very own Nirav Modi among those that can possibly face the wrath of the American justice system under the RICO Act seems to capture the imagination. Passed in 1970, the RICO Act focuses on a continuing criminal enterprise and allows prosecution and civil penalties for such. Under this act, if a defendant is proven guilty in 2 or more instances of racketeering activity together, which could include illegal gambling, bribery, money laundering, embezzlement, and even drug trafficking or murder, he or she faces a stiff prison sentence which is significantly more than the total of the individual crimes. Example, if money laundering has a 5-year sentence and securities fraud has a 4-year sentence, under a RICO indictment, if convicted on both counts, the defendant, instead of doing 4 plus 5, which is 9 years, could end up doing 25 years. 3 of Nirav Modi's companies, Firestar Diamonds, A. Jaffe, and Fantasy Diamonds, filed for bankruptcy protection in the US. However, subsequently, the bankruptcy executive in charge of the case accused Modi and 2 other of his top executives, Mihir Bhansali and Ajay Gandhi, of formulating and implementing a scheme to defraud branches of Punjab National Bank in the US for their personal enrichment through a pattern of fraud, lies, deceit and corruption. A successful conviction under the RICO Act could see Modi and his 2 associates facing up to 20 years in prison and an award of triple the damages plus attorney's fees. Narendra Modi, in an exclusive interview to Arnab Goswami on his channel Republic Bharat on March 29th, expressed satisfaction that fugitive liquor baron Vijay Mallya's extradition process was in the last stages and that his government brought in the law, which is the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act of 2018, that enabled confiscation of assets and properties of fugitives in any part of the world. Taking the specific example of Mallya, he stated that recovery agencies under the umbrella of his government have managed to confiscate properties belonging to Mallya from across the globe worth 14,000 crore rupees, which was more than the 9,000 crore rupees he owed to banks, and that now Mallya was in trouble because they intend to take double the amount from him. The 63-year-old beleaguered booze baron used these statements to his advantage and turned the tables on Modi, claiming that by the Prime Minister's own admission, recovery of assets was higher than the amount Mallya owed to banks, and that he was vindicated and absolved of any further criminal proceedings. In his characteristic style of issuing statements through social media, Mallya, via a series of tweets, stated, "I humbly submit that my assertions that I am a poster boy is fully vindicated by the Prime Minister's own statement about me, and that his government has recovered more than what I allegedly owe to banks." He further went on to say that the highest authority has confirmed full recovery. So why do BJP spokespersons still continue their rhetoric? Mallya is currently awaiting the outcome of his appeal against British Home Secretary Sajid Javid's permission to extradite him back to India. Thank you for watching HW News. This is me signing off. Have a great day.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.